The skyline of Tropico is growing and we grow with it, hopefully financially too, as we need more money. The expenses go up, especially my military is costing me quite a bit, and I have a new toy in store that I would like to use as well. In fact, it's a toy that we've already unlocked in the Cold War era, but now I feel like we need it and we can afford it, and that's the aircraft carrier. Host fighter planes that will automatically attack enemy squads. I love the idea of this one here, so let's get it going. An aircraft carrier. And where should we have it? Probably, yeah, a bit further outside, right? Somewhere out here. And this beauty here is then launching fighter jets onto the rebels. So it's getting a bit harder for them to protect us. Next in line, we have finished in the center here our modern apartment that is full right away. And yeah, it's generating money for us, but just a bit, right? Depending on how high we set the budget. And with an upgrade of 3000, we can actually reduce its power, which is, I think, the first time that we have an upgrade that reduces the power consumption. I love that. And with that, this one's only consuming 20 megawatt, which is not really a lot. The same goes with my offices. We don't have that. We only have the job quality. But my offices, they generate money by themselves as well, as long as they're fully staffed. And that's 1,200 per building, by the way, right, if it's fully staffed. So this is already 2,400 in addition to what the banks pay me. So there is a bit of passive money now coming in that we can nicely use. Active money is selling, of course, and that is my next industries. The pharmaceutical company processes oil to produce pharmaceuticals. 28,000 this one costs me. It might be worth it to go for the industrialization edict again. Do we have any other industry that we need? The smart furniture. Yes, electronics and furniture is being processed into smart furniture. These are two high value products though. Furniture and electronics, both of them are extremely valuable. So I can only hope that smart furniture is even more valuable. The drone factory, I think, also needs battery plant, sorry, aluminum and nickel. This is something that we could also potentially get. Alright, let's get them, but I need the edict first. So let's go with the industrialization edict once again. And this allows me now to build the pharmaceutical for only 14,000. So already with this building, the edict was worth it, right? Gonna place it somewhere here. And then we have the smart furniture that's also just 12,000 out of that. By the way, do I have a... Yeah, the metro station, there it is. So that is just working out. And we're just gonna have then some parks in between those production buildings. Holy cow, that was expensive though, all of this.
Oh, Presidente, what a bummer.
And by the way, we still have one more trade route available. I'm not importing any coal for now. Both 60%. There's my import, right? Oh, yeah, it's almost over now. So this will be the end now. Boats we already have here with a very nice price. But that's 60%. That's car, that's 16. Pharmaceuticals, 27. We're just starting on that though. Smart furniture. No. Then let's go for pharmaceuticals with the 27%. That I'm starting to produce now soon. Ah, there it is, the beauty. The aircraft carrier that we have. And this one also has a work mode now, carpet bombing. So buildings and squads around the target of the fighter plane take 20% damage that we have. Or we go with the precision strike. Every attack round costs 1,000 before it can be initiated. And damage is increased by 50% and there's no collateral damage anymore. Oh, whoa, there is already one going out. Let's just see where it goes. Probably to the rebel attack over there. And, I thought a fighter jet would be faster. It's of course faster than, let's say, the tanks. Oh. Okay. It also has no collision control, that's great. And there are the rebels now. Let's just see. Alright, half damage. Oh, there's another one coming. And I think this will then kill them. Yeah, almost. One more left. Greatly reducing their damage. And there's the last one. Alright, there are several fighter planes coming out of one aircraft carrier. That's great. That's something we... Whoa, whoa. Is it also attacking my town? I hope not. Right, we still need more oil, and for this I do also have now my oil rig. Can't be helped, I need it. And we can now use the oil outside here, right, with having this one, for example. Let's build it immediately, get the budget up. Building cannot catch fire anymore, increases the production rate, and the upkeep is reduced, but it requires also a bit of power. This is a problem, we do need a substation. I don't think we have it going that far outside. Substations are easy peasy though, and there it is, oil rig number 1. The oil is then being transported via ship to my harbor. And there should be a lot of oil coming out of this. Because we really want to have the pharmaceuticals now working at all times. It's a very valuable product. And also the smart furniture. These are beautiful buildings, by the way. Very detailed for a game of this age. And yeah, looks nice. It needs a furniture and electronics to produce the smart furniture. Let's put up the profit, the budget here. And then I'm just waiting for the furniture. And regarding furniture, we do have the production over here as far as I remember. So I'm actually going to move it over here.
Do you know why our Great Wall became?
Right, so that we have it right next to each other. And this one takes the planks now and produces then furniture out of it. There's still the manure spreader. We certainly don't need to certainly don't need to spread it. I think we don't need manure anymore at all, right? The hydroponics plant doesn't profit from this, so let's demolish it. Next upgrade we should have for all my ranches, and that's the factory ranches. So this is also once again increasing then the efficiency. Cost me 23,000 for all of them. There they are. And they also consume now a bit of electricity. Let's also get the budget up for all of them. And they also once again are not depending on any kind of ground fertility. So we can basically also stack them here together in my plantation zone, for example, like this one. There you go. And there's another one down here. Makes it look a bit cleaner. As we then, of course, also move closer with our city. And homeless people, well-off and poor still. But we have vacant homes, but not for the well-off. So I should have another modern apartment that we can do. Let's have it beside the other one here just already. In the town center. And regarding happiness, I might also give them something. Yeah, Tropico's first gourmet restaurant here in the city center. Want to have this one a bit closer in here because I want to have the high quality buildings then surrounding this. Yeah, those fighters are invaluable, really. They're super fast, though they hit the automated mine here now, which is not great. I should also implement a social security. We can afford it, and it definitely will lead to a bit more peace, as people can afford a few more things. And let's also build that first nuclear power plant. Pretty massive one. I'm gonna have this one over here. So this is also where my fighter jets are the closest. And should be also the safest area for me to implement one of these. Yeah, let's have it right here by the mine. Can we make it here? Unfortunately not. Problem is you have then the beach area. There's also a bit of iron still left, so let's modernize this building there. And have then that nuclear power plant connected here and also all the way over there. And by the way, this looks horrible. Make sure that it looks a bit more clean. There you go. And then there is a road just for these two flop houses that I might also then want to push away from here over into my zone. Bit more space that we have all of a sudden in the middle of nowhere. And let's quickly finish this one. Get the budget up, get the job quality up, and increase the capacity of uranium in stock by another 500. Why not? This secures it. Oh, look at that. The rebels are actually launched right here. Eh? But there's the watchtowers close by. And we also have the fighter jets that only should take a second to get here. There they are. Bombing everything else. Yeah, that power plant should be secured, right? And this leads to another 750 megawatt of power. A nice network balance we're getting out of it at the edge of Tropico. And the volcano erupts once more. Looks like a bigger eruption this time around.
It is true that we are having some problems.
So these ones here are not operational for the moment, as long as this volcano is going. It's my 2 oil wells, in fact. We still have this one here. Why is this one not getting any power for now? Oh, my solar power panel. Both of them are not operational right now. I think this one got destroyed right away because of the volcano.
Presidente,
Oh, they're also not operational because they're in the vicinity of the volcano. But it's over now. So they should be back to working now.
Presidente,
Get this one immediately operational and get a random blueprint. Whatever you're giving me should be fine. 300,000 on the bank account, by the way.
It seems.
Okay. Push the power, please. We're out of it. The nuclear power plant? Yeah, uranium is actually the problem here. There we have the uranium mine, but it's not working because it has no power. Funny cycle of death that we have there right now. I might need to import uranium. It shouldn't be too expensive. Just a bit of it to get things going again. And that's why it's important to actually have a higher storage of uranium available. There it is. It costs me a bit more. Thank you, Russia. And that's about it. It's also time now to finally work on my fish farms. We do have the fishermen at the moment already, but the fish farms are a bit more efficient, right? And also we need lots of fish for input for the crocodile factory ranches, for example. So that is something that these factory ranches have now. Also the cattle here, as you can see, it has corn as an input, otherwise it does not work. So before that they worked without it, now they need an input. That means we also will probably need more corn. I don't think we have a corn here. No, we don't. So I'm also gonna get me a third corn plantation somewhere here. I think we could just nicely squeeze it in there. Perfect. Let's actually just go ahead and upgrade it. And beside that, I would also like to get me my fish farms going. There's my drilling rig. Perfect. We can actually just squeeze it in here. Oh, that's actually a really expensive one. And from the cradle to the can. And the supply to the local market. Output is decreased by 25%. But we get a bonus on restaurant efficiency. Nah, don't need that for now. Oh, another financial one. The capitalist demands are really the ones that I would like to finish at all times, because that financial crisis hits me the hardest out of all the penalties. And we need to actually research the global market economy for that. There it is. Global market allows me to put a focus on trade route based or regular exports. And then we need to put this one into the constitution, and we can now go into protectionism, free trade and international trade partnership. There's no demand as far as I can see. Oh, to free trade. Oh, god damn it. That is actually something I don't want. The freedom of the market. Okay, it's better than the partnerships. And I think I'm gonna go ahead with the free trade. So this is the default state anyway. This is what we have right now. Protectionism is what I would like to go for next though, then as well. Once we can have another change here. I think also... Nope, there's still one more, the marriage rights that we could go for. Let's get this demand going and avert another financial crisis. There's also some powerful upgrades for these plantations. One of them is that the base efficiency goes up by 20%, and this one here, the fiber fertilization, increases the efficiency of nearby plantations by 10% up to 20. So it actually caps or stacks with 2 more. So we have 2 upgrades here that we can do, and this pushes the efficiency of some of them now to 215%. Very good. Just in general, I would like to continue with adding more basic productions, like also more cotton. That is something we need. And since we do have a lot of more space now, right, we can actually use it with more of these plantations. Probably all the way up to this point here. And here I'm just going to add the more normal plantations again. So we have this one. I definitely will also need another sugar one. And I would definitely also like to get me another tobacco one. Let's have this one. Yeah, we can actually stack them up here as well nicely. Let's go ahead with another one, and then I can actually have one more. The cocoa it is, so that we can produce more chocolate. There's also this really cool one here, the Offshore office. I love them, and for a very good reason. These actually host a company of one of the superpowers and generates a lot of money. However, we continuously lose relationship with the corresponding superpower. But it's not a big deal as long as I do finish some trade routes here and there. So let's go ahead and get these offshore offices going. Where should we have them? Probably somewhere over there, a bit hidden perhaps. We could have one of them. By the way, there is this landing pier, I think. So I'm gonna have me the first one, yeah, here, nicely hidden. And let's actually finish this instantly. And we can now invite someone. Okay, my superpowers. The best one would be the US right now. So let's go ahead and get me a US one. And this one really reduces it now by -20, right? But we're doing a lot of trade with the US, so I'm pretty sure we can keep it up there. And this one generates now money for us. It doesn't need any personnel, so it's completely automated. There is another building here that I wanted to go for, since we have a very good network balance, and that is the Tropico farm. It uses large amounts of electricity to generate the cryptocurrency Tropico, and the selling value of Tropico usually increases. Okay, so this one here is nice. 250 electricity cost me and 30,000 in initial construction. And you know what, let's have this here by a nuclear power plant close by. And close to my pirate cove. I think this is fitting. And there it is. We are now producing our own cryptocurrency like every proper dictator should be. And yeah, with this one we can milk our own population. They're gonna buy it, of course, because yeah, that's what patriots do. And well, we can milk them out of that one here, generating some income that is increasing over time now. So the longer this building is active and operational, the more profit it will reap in. Right now it actually costs me, especially in my electricity, right? So it's a lot of electricity really. Looking at my jobs, we can see that we have around 100 vacant jobs right now for high school education and college degrees. We do, however, also have 50 unemployed Tropicans, and those are the ones that are uneducated. So this is quite a stark contrast here. We have a lot of open jobs, but we also have a lot of unemployment rate. Not good. I already have the school over there. But of course, with that many people in it, I'm gonna first of all go ahead and let the high school now also consume electricity. And we definitely will build a second one so that we can really educate my population, because that's something that is really problematic at the moment. I think I could squeeze one in where we have a bit of space. It should be rather closer to close to my apartments and stuff like that. So here we do have, you know, a lot of apartments and bunkhouses close by. I would probably like to move the sawmill a bit further down here. It's causing a lot of pollution, and having this one close to the garbage dump makes sense in my opinion. This opens up some area here that is not that polluty anymore for all my people. So that's the high school, and then we also have the college. There it is. It's a bit expensive, but we really should be building it, not because I want to have a critical thinking population but because I need those people for my jobs, right? Otherwise we cannot export high-tech goods. Where should we get this one in? I'm thinking about the center there once again. So we do have the army base. I'm gonna move the army base a bit further outside. Really doesn't make that much sense to have it here. There you go. And with that we have a bit of space for a nice representative building here, like that one, right? So, ooh, you could even have it like this. But that would just look nasty, honestly. So let's get the college in here, just beside my offices. Those are the ones, by the way, that also need a college degree right away. So if I want to have more offices, well, then we need to have really more college educated people. Speaking about those offices, let's build more of them. So I could have another one here, and I'm probably gonna have I do like my skyscrapers. Let's have another one here, and then we could also go ahead. Yeah, we have the money for a few more of these modern apartments. They're just great overall for income, but also for housing these people, of course. I guess I'm gonna have one here instead of that garbage dump that is getting a bit too close now. So I'm gonna move this a bit further outside now, over here into my industry zone.
Presidente.
And with that we have a bit of space now for some proper beautiful apartments here as that city is growing. And we have the money to also get me a nice park in. Just probably, this doesn't really fit. Space Memorial behind the cathedral? I dare not. But some proper parks here, that is definitely something I would like to have. To also push away the negative attractiveness from the circus, for example. And we haven't even built the most important one yet, the El Pras sign, of course. And this should be visible for all Tropicans. I just love this up here for everybody to see. Beautiful. El Pras. The gaps in between we can fill them with smaller parks. So I really don't want to have anything else in between, really. Just gonna plaster this one, right? And it starts to look organic at some point. We might even squeeze another modern apartment into this area there, honestly. It would fit. And by the way, do I have a metro station here? I don't. Very good. Just here, beside the gourmet restaurant, beside the offices, right? Perfect location for it. Gonna quickly build it. My soldiers could also use it for getting around quickly. And look at how happy my population is right now. 67% approval rating despite having no elections allowed. No freedom, basically. I just fake some freedom for these guys. But as long as they stay rich, you know, they have no problem with, yeah, having no elections and whatsoever. Another office. Let's push the budget up right away. Let's increase the job quality. And then we just need to wait for staff to move in here. I could import them, 3,000 each. I think importing them is cheaper because it makes that office work sooner for us. Okay, another problem we have right now that I notice is that we have a lot of stuff stocked. Like here, there's 1,000 corn waiting, meaning to me, of course, we don't have enough Teamster offices. So once again, we need to push this. Unfortunately for Teamster offices, as far as I know, there is no real upgrade when it comes to the modern age. There is, however, one other thing that we have now, and that is the drones. That's the delivery drones, and that is probably the next industry I would like to work on now. It's a pretty expensive industry, but it's the last one actually, my industry tab that we have, the drone factory and the battery plant. I think we do need the batteries as well for the drones. Yeah, let's unlock me both of them. It's relatively cheap. Building them is more expensive though. So the drone factory is 15,000, and let's get this going right away. Probably here somewhere. Number one, and then we got the batteries. Ooh, that's a huge one here, right? Quite expensive, that is. Okay, this one actually needs uneducated people, the drone factory. Alright, I'm happy with that. Uneducated, that's great. So this immediately reduces my unemployment rate for uneducated. Perfect. And we have the logistics drone here. So it uses batteries and aluminium to produce logistic drones. We can allow them. Do we have an export deal for drones? I think not for the logistic ones, right? There it is. Yes, logistic. Passenger drones is the other one. Pharmaceutical, there would be a trade route available right now. And then we got the surveillance drones, right? So 3 types of it. Oh, weapons. Let's push this one up there right away. By the way, I don't have an embassy for China yet. That is something we absolutely should be doing. And why do we have a shack there? And there's also now the battery plant. Funnily enough, once again, uneducated. For high-tech industries, these are actually rather cheap for us when it comes to workforce. This one needs now nickel and aluminium. Now, aluminium, we do have a mine already running for this. I think we could look for a second deposit. Alright, so there's my number one. There would be an option here. What is it that we have? A climbing park on top of it. There is no residential building here anyway, so let's get that climbing park somewhere else. Probably here to my population. Right, so that we get this one available for the nickel or aluminium. There it is. Yeah, nickel is a problem. It's right on top of my hydroponic plantation area. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, we would need to move at least this one. I don't think we need the manure spreader here anymore. I don't think it affects the hydroponic plantation. So let's get the coffee over here. Right, and I think nickel. There it is. So we can safely squeeze it in here. This is also a great job for uneducated. workforce. However, we need a bit more power for all of this. How's my power plant looking here? There would be a lot of uranium potentially inside. The tidal power station is really expensive. Oh, right. 5,000 for another upgrade here. But that's about it. I think we will need some more electricity production, coming out with something. There we have it. That would be the fusion reactor. And with that we have then... I mean, it cost me up to 40,000, but I think it's going to be worth it. This one needs to be placed right where we have a water source. So... must be placed on a beach reaching water. I don't think it's going to be salt water though, right? Where do we want to have this one? Ah, there you can place it. So it needs a lot of space actually on the shore. Yeah. This is a good location for it. I hope so. And what we'll need here is some protection though close by. Yeah, we got the army base close by. I'm gonna move the army base kind of like over here. Right, so the army base kind of like is also protecting it. Then once this one has been finished, it will solve all my electricity problems. Hooray! Now comes the next one. We are already producing now the drones. So we have 800 logistics drones ready. And we can now use the drone delivery service. Drones fly to and from specified destination, delivering all types of goods. They fly independently between set destinations. They carry less than Teamsters, but aren't bound to the road network. And that sounds great for me. So I can now have the first one then here, for example, right in my plantation zone, right? And we could have another one, just check it out, here in the harbor area for sure. And that would probably be, yeah, here. What is that? That is a hang gliding park. That I don't want there. Gonna move this a bit further down here towards the beach so we have that space available. And then I can get my drone delivery service here just by this one. And look at that, the drones are flying. Now it gets a bit busy now in Tropico. Those drones. Also, the fusion power is ready for action. This one is a glorious building indeed. It produces electricity for us. And I need to actually import a few more people because I don't have enough college degree in my town. And also, these have some very cool upgrades. There's a futuristic looking man with a Scots accent comes in and improves the fusion reaction. So we get 10% more electricity out of that. And we also have this one. There's a tiny daily 0.03% chance that $12,000 will spontaneously be produced as a byproduct of the fusion reaction. Such an event is so extraordinary that my scientists produce extra 4,000 knowledge. I love this. Fantastic. The most important routes to use these drones, of course, is to get, for example, oil from the oil rig out here right into my plastics factory. So this is a very good route that we can have because it takes a long time for my Teamsters to get over there and get the oil, right? So this is where those drones get really powerful with long distance hauling. I could probably, as a result of this, have... where's my... oil rig? Get another one. Yeah, we could have another one here. And another one here. I would like to have this. Let's build this one instantly, even though it's quite expensive. Does it have electricity? It doesn't need it, right? Cannot catch fire anymore is also pretty nice. And I'm also gonna get this one up and running right away because we definitely wanna get more oil into my town. And I can use then my drone delivery service once again. Is there a limit? I don't think so. I think it really goes for the whole map. So that's pretty nice. And I'm gonna push this one into my pharmaceuticals so that we always have oil available as well there to produce pharmaceuticals, which is very profitable. Really, there was an event like this. The fusion production produced gold as a byproduct worth 12,000, and we also generated 4,000 knowledge for that as well. That's really cool, I think. Okay, so we also have China now with a 100 relationship, and also here the EU, and there is also the US. We're gonna pay them a bit here to increase the relationship. How much is my offshore here producing? 1,000 per month. That was already 90,000 in its lifetime. So this is really nice. to have, and also it affects weapons and apparels with a higher export price. So that's just it's really good, right? Let's go ahead and get me a bunch more of them. I'm thinking about 2 more that I would like to have. So probably just gonna push them. Let's just see. I think here somewhere. 2 more. And you know what? Let's build them instantly. We can afford it. So one has the EU. And the other one has China. And this one here gets my plastics and electronics up. This one gets my cars and chocolates up. And also it will start producing money now. However, of course, we do lose some relationship with those powers then. Which is fine as long as we keep trade routes active with all of them. In that case, we still have... Wait a second, rum? What? They pay me less for it. How dare they? Oh, electronics, look at that. 68%. That is just super nice. Yeah, let's go ahead. Get me some electronics going. I don't have this one. Also happy to see now that we produce a lot of plastic because there's always oil inside. Alright, there's 2 more proper edicts that I would like to go ahead with. That's the marriage rights and the compulsory vaccination. Both of them we can finish instantly as far as I can see. And the number 1 here gives me now the marriage rights. So we can decide on what's gonna happen here. Open marriage, traditional marriage, and forced marriage. Forced marriage is actually really funny. Each citizen will marry another adult from the opposite gender as soon as they come of age. Decreases the housing happiness of each citizen by 2. That just sounds very cool. Let's go ahead and get this one done. It also, of course, increases the chance of new babies coming into Tropico as soon as possible. And then we got the edict running. Where is it? Compulsory vaccination. The threshold is decreased by 5 for citizens dying of low health care. Decreases environmentalist religious standing by quite a bit. It also costs me a bit, but it should increase my healthcare services by quite a bit. And also it just runs 2 years, so we can test it out right away. Doesn't really change that much with my support. Just crazy what kind of stuff we can force down on our citizens the more this goes on. And yeah, besides some rebel attacks, nothing really happens. Support rating is still extremely high. As long as I give them some bonuses here and there, they stay fine with it. Also another tax cut here. They always love this and makes them really happy as well. Housing happiness, by the way, we could counter with increasing the budget for my apartments, for example, and my modern apartments. And I think also my bunk houses and my tenements. Let's just do this for all of them and see how this one affects it. Yeah, trade is exploding right now. Also, we exported more pharmaceuticals again. So we're at 400,000 there right now. Pharmaceuticals That was actually a really good trade route. Boats, almost twice as much. I think this might be something. Cars, we are exporting a lot too. Pharmaceuticals, unfortunately, we don't have. There we have it with the EU, 21%. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and push this one. It's a very high value product. And, oh my God, we have a lot of tobacco there. Nothing I can really do. There's so much stuff now coming in everywhere. My drones are doing an amazing job. My plantations are working. Just looks very fun right now to live here. Next government building would be my trade institute. Once again, something we really should get going. So let's have this one just behind my college. Also have some parks here and there. It's a nice looking building there for sure. The tanks still can squeeze in between. That's the important thing. And this one here will now also show me upcoming trends. We can also provoke some good trends here. For example, for cars and electronics. Sounds like a very good deal to me. Let's go ahead and do this. Just beautiful to watch all that money rolling in while the fighters continue to bomb my population. I just love this game. I hope you do too. Stay tuned.